Welcome to my Twin Fury guide that is Iron Man friendly. As for the requirements, you will need a whopping 80 range to even get access to it, along with a quick method of getting to Narda, so you can head southwest into the dungeon, which is the heart of Gielinor. From there, you want to make your way to Zamorak's Rampart, which is northwest of the area, and you'll want to kill until you get 40 kill count. If you do have max reputation, you'll actually need 20 kill count, and don't worry, it's different compared to Godward Dungeon 1, where if you teleport out, you have to get another set of kill count. For Godward Dungeon 2, it's the same kill count, lasts the whole hour, so you can teleport out every single kill and it'll still let you in without getting that 40 kill count or 20. It's just it lasts the whole hour. As for the other requirements, I highly suggest you do this with melee, and if you have a Dragon Rider Lance, it will be amazing. If you do not have this weapon, I would pretty much suggest you either use magic or range. And then before anything, you will want to learn how to two-step. And basically what two-stepping is we're at the Lumbridge Combat Academy. You want to attack a dummy, and then run diagonal 2 tiles, and then hit the dummy. After you did that, run back to the same 2 tiles, and attack him again. This will be the very first mechanic you will have to deal with, and that will be the Twin Fury jumping from wall to wall. However, if you just take 2 steps, attack, 2 steps, attack, you will safely be able to avoid her. And I'll go over the mechanics right now. Another important thing about the Twin Furies is that you need to know where to stand before they do spawn. And this is the instance with the barrier. So what you want to do is head to the middle north. And then right here, I'll max zoom in, because in the middle north one, you'll see a little fire crack on the floor. You don't have to stand at the very south of it. Instead, you want to stand on the north side of it. And I'll show you real quick what that looks like on how you get there properly from the barrier. So go north, and then after that, immediately bladed dive, and you should be on this tile. If you misclick it, just make sure you're 1 tile north, and that will put you in the exact spot. The first special for the twins will be the 2-step. So first, you want to attack the red one, and then go northeast 2 tiles, and then go southwest 2 tiles, and then go back and repeat that every time, and you'll safely avoid the blue twin's attack. And then once she's done with that, she'll come back to you, but I'll show that again. But this time, we'll go over for the blue sister. Because immediately when the fight comes, she'll go to the wall and then head south. Then she'll start heading east, then north, and then finally south. And then after she has done that, she will attack you. And then I'll do it one more time, just so you're able to understand like the 2-step method, as this is a very painful mechanic to learn, especially if you're using melee, although it's strongly suggested, because right when she goes north right here, if you hurricane, you can actually smack her for like a free 7,000 if you do hit her. Now for the second mechanic, the red Fury will go to a random spot, and you want to stand underneath him, in which case all the darkened spots in the background will be range-based hits, and they will always hit you until you safely run underneath him. And again, I'll show what that looks like. So you'll see him jumping to a location, so you want to either surge, barge, or do any other method to go underneath him, and then it's your time to attack the blue twin. And then I'll do it just one more time so you do know what the animation does look like. So then right here, he'll go in any random direction. It's not always guaranteed that he'll be in that one specific one. And then once you're there, you're perfectly fine and you'll be safe to attack the blue sister until his mechanic is done, in which case the red one will appear like so. The third and final mechanic is called the bomb, in which case both sisters will run to the middle and you will want to try to kill them as fast as possible, because you'll see a little bar decreasing underneath them, but don't worry, it will only hit up to a max of 4,717. So you can safely just face tank it, or you can swap out your swap out your shield and then use resonance. And while you are here, it's best to use Hurricane, Quake, Cleave, and Meteor Strike, as you'll be hitting both sisters at the exact same time using those abilities. And remember, it's only almost a 5,000 hit. Now that we went over all of the mechanics, it's time to show an example of what a kill will look like. So, make your way to the PVM hub, get 100% adrenaline, and remember, I'll be doing this with no familiar, no aura, although it's suggested to use brawler, berserk, vampirism, and even penance. And well, since it's Monday, the area has to load, which is always an issue, honestly. So, go through the threshold, and I like to surge and transverse the barrier. If it's your first time, you'll need to start an instance. If not, click rejoin, anticipate, right click transverse, and we'll be going to the special spot. I like to zerk, and remember, you want a two-step, so just attack like normal, go back and forth. You may mess up, and then remember to Hurricane when the north blue twin is on the north wall, as you can't actually hurt her. Right here, I usually Quake, Slaughter, and then walk underneath the twin. And right when you do that, you can barge to the red twin so you don't have to run all the way there. For here, you want to swap your prayer to melee, or if you do have access to Soul Split, just use Soul Split for here on out. Hurricane and Quake. And then I like to Excalibur right here. Run to the middle after a couple hits, and you'll want to use Assault. And then Meteor Strike, which does require 100% adrenaline. And then, since we can't face tank this one, you want to resonance with your shield. And then attack the red twin. Hurricane and Quake. And the fight will repeat itself again. So just remember, go 2 tiles back and forth. And then when you do slaughter, just make sure to make the red twin run, and then Hurricane and Quake when they're both together. And now that we have the loot, pick it up, space bar it. Now when we actually do bank, I like to go east to the altar. If it loads, there we go. And I like to stand in this tile so that the bank does heal you. In which case you surge and blade dive directly to the adrenaline crystal to get another 100% adrenaline. And then we just pretty much repeat the whole thing all over again. Surge, right click rejoin, right click quick, and you should automatically be in the spot, in which case you berserk, attack the twin, and go northeast 2 tiles and then just southwest 2 tiles. And you just want to repeat this. And then right here, you want to Hurricane so that you can hit that Twin Fury, which I just like to end with Assault. Once the blue twin comes to you, Wake, Slaughter, walk under, and since we didn't have to run too far, you could just surge or just mainly run there. In which case, just swap to melee. Once the red twin jumps down, Hurricane, Quake, and Cleave. Try to slaughter right there. Sometimes, if you do slaughter correctly, the very first time, that is when you'll know when they're about to do that earthquake in the middle. So, build to 100% and Meteor Strike. And since I have 6,000 health, I'll just simply tank it. So, Hurricane, Wake, move, Slaughter, walk underneath, and there is the second kill. And I will do one more kill just so that you do get used to it. So again, go east to the altar, pray, stand here and wait for your health to get full. Surge and blade dive to the crystal and then get 100% adrenaline. Once that, go through the portal. Right click rejoin. Right click quick. Run north, surge and blade dive, just like that. Berserk. And now we get ready to do the two-step method again. Having Soul Split does allow you to tank those bomb hits at the very end, and that's just so it's easier so you don't have to resonance, so it gives you a little bit extra time to DPS. Now Quake, Slaughter, walk underneath, and then right here you can barge, which in my case it did like nothing since it was so close. And then again, if you do have Excalibur, you can right click activate, although sometimes it's not needed, but it does help just in case you do mess up a little bit. Slaughter again. Hurricane, and then build to 100% adrenaline. Now, if you do use an aura, you could actually use Hurricane and Quake and then just build up afterwards, so you do a little extra DPS, because you could usually bring them less or even kill them by the time that I am showing in the background, since I'm not using an aura, just for the demonstration of doing the kill. And if you do ever get stunned, you'll want to just freedom and then just continue where you let off into the two-step mechanic. And with that, that's pretty much the Twin Fury guide, as it is fairly easy, but it's just a lot of moving back and forth. With that, thank you all so much for watching this Twin Fury guide, and enjoy the rest of your day.